Rexanne, how would you like to play 3-Question Thursday?
Oh, let's go for it.
All right. So let's talk chia. Chia. I saw on one of your Facebook posts that you're a chia seeds person, and I have no clue what to do with them. I have a bag I bought because I want to.
Yeah.
Tell me what you do.
I use them in everything. I mean, like foods and different things I can add it because they just add so perfectly. My favorite is what you showed with that picture on the slide is I have that little plastic little rectangular dish. I layer that with 4 ounces of plain Greek yogurt.
Okay.
And that's half of my protein. And then I add a tablespoon of chia seeds and I sprinkle that all over the top. That makes my complete protein. And then I take 6 ounces of the sour sweet, pitted cherries. I buy that big bag organic bag at Costco. And that's 6 ounces. And I don't even have to defrost it or anything. You can put them on top of those chia seeds, frozen. And then I just snap that lid on and I put it in my refrigerator for overnight. And the reason you want to do that is because to get the full nutritional value of chia seeds, you need to let them hydrate, because that is where you get all your nutrients is once it, expands there a little bit. So sitting in that yogurt and then with the cherry on top, it becomes very, very hydrated. So that's my absolute favorite. And it's such an easy way to add so much nutrients. I mean, they are so nutrient dense that it's that little bitty thing. It's just amazing that it helps. I love how it is so great for your heart. It helps with, lowering your cholesterol, intestinal gut health. We're all into that nowadays,
Right.
That's just amazing, for that. But it's got like far more potassium than bananas or sweet potatoes, So, that's another thing you really want to watch, especially with me getting older, is that you have to watch your potassium to make sure that it's at the right levels, because that can affect so many things especially with your cardio health, So, it's just a great little dense little nutrient little thing that's just, it's not utilized enough is what I'm
going to try this out. And that's just about right with 4 ounces. I'm not a heavy yogurt person. Like I can't do a full thing because I have a little bit of dairy sensitivity, but I think I could handle that much.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 2.
Okay.
What other prepping do you do? I know that you talked a little bit what you got me on was the cherries that when you told me that day was about Costco.
Okay. They come in a big bag, and I don't remember if it's like 4 or 5 pounds, but they're big. It's a big, organic cherries. But I never put that bag in my freezer. As soon as I come home from Costco, it comes out on my counter with my scales and my little sandwich baggies, Ziploc bags. I immediately weigh those out 6 ounces before I ever put it in my freezer. And so most of my prepping is that I fill the little sandwich bag up with 6 ounces, zip it up, and then I put all the and usually I've got it down to where I'm pretty sure most of the 99% of the time it makes 10 servings. And then I put all those 10 bags inside a big gallon size bag, so I keep it all together in my freezer. So then at night, like when I'm making these little yogurt breakfasts, I can make 3 at a time very, very easily. And and that's literally, I just grab 3 frozen bags of cherries, or 3, whatever, but it's easy. Another thing that I love to do is I'll bake like 4 or 5 sweet potatoes, and bake them all up, and then I'll peel them. And then I'll put them inside of some type of airtight container. And I am retired, so I don't have to do as much prepping like for, lunches and things that, some people, I have that luxury now that I do have a lot more time. But what I do is once that sweet potatoes are in that airtight container, I just take it out and I measure, the 4 ounces, and it lasts literally all week. And it's just as fresh and delicious as it was the very first serving, So that way I already have my sweet potatoes, I do that like with oatmeal, make a whole big batch of oatmeal, and have that ready. So you just pull it out. So you've already got your breakfast, the little yogurt dish, and then you just measure, microwave just 30 seconds or whatever, your sweet potato or your oats or whatever. And that's your breakfast. It's just, so I don't have an actual, like full on meal like some people do, but I don't need it, in my life as much, with my time as maybe I would have if
So
I
what
had
I'm
been,
what I'm
still.
hearing is like to do partitions, like to not necessarily just all baked goods or anything, but to have like things ready. And
Yes.
and that's grab
Yeah.
and go then too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
And Costco has a giant bag of organic mixed vegetables. I do the same thing. I just measure those out in 10 ounces, and have that ready instead of having a big giant 4-pound bag of mixed vegetables in my
what are
freezer.
the
It's like,
mixed
oh
vegetables? Are they like broccoli or what?
no, it's corn, green beans, carrots, and peas,
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Yeah. So
That would be great for a lot of different kind of casseroles
yes.
or just
Yes.
on the side too.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
we all know and we all know and love Shauna Murphy. And she was the one that
yeah,
taught me about putting, prepping and doing those little casserole dishes where you have the complete meal,
yes.
and that's how I do that. And I can freeze, those little Pyrex dishes and those are really good for me to just grab when I'm going to travel. Because then, like I said, I put them in my cooler and that's my ice pack, and then I've already, they're already made. And one thing that I do know from traveling that I will share that somebody shared with me that has been a game changer. And I think we've heard this before, but I just want to reiterate that it is such a game changer for me is have your 3 meals ready for the day after you get home. Sometimes you may even need, 1.5 days, but that is so important for me when I re-entry back home is that my breakfast, lunch, and dinner are there waiting for me, that it's ready for when I get in the door,
Wow, that is really great advice.
Yeah.
I have
And
not
somebody
heard
shared
that
that with me, this
before.
BLE that is very successful. And that
Wow.
has been, and I can see why that has been such a, a positive thing in her program and mine too. It makes a difference.
So one more question, and I know that you sponsor some people. I don't know how many or if it's one at a time. What do you consider your best resource for somebody who is either trying to get on board or is brand new? What do you suggest besides the book?
I love when I sponsor people is for them to be like their nightly checklist is so important, for those habit stacks, writing your meal down. But I love when they call me in the morning and tell me what they're going to be eating that day, and then if they're struggling, they can text me during the day, whatever. But I love it at night when their kitchen's closed and they report back. Because you can call me in the morning and tell me all day long what you're going to be eating, but that doesn't mean anything to me unless you call me at, let me know at night that it was a good day or, what happened. So that's really important for me is to, the bookend part of the day is when they report back, that the kitchen's closed and it was a bright day, so that's, communication. And, that's the other thing I learned too, is that addiction is definitely isolation. It is, but recovery is community. And so it's just so valuable in my program is staying connected, so.
Well, Rexanne, what an amazing person you are. Do you have any last words for us?
No, I would just say, just stay with the program. It works. It absolutely is the proven blueprint for success. There's no need. And that's what I tell when people first join or come. It's like, your search is over. You're done. You don't have to do this anymore. You are finally done looking. And now just sit back and do the program and, and reap in all the rewards that are going to happen now,
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
No more need to tweak either. You've got
yes,
2 tracks going. So,
yeah.
well, Rexanne, thank you so much for sharing your story, for all the information, the good ideas, and thank you for playing 3 Question Thursday.
Anytime, sweetie, anytime. Well, thank you for what all you're doing. You are very, 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 very priceless.
And I want to again put your book out there, Searching for the New Normal by Rexanne Williams. So
thank you for doing that.
Contact her privately.
Absolutely.
Right. So thanks again.
Absolutely.
And thanks.
Thank you. Good night.
Here. Good night.
Thank you,
Stay
sweetie.
bright.
Thank you.